Hello. So in this video we are going to discuss basically the malware, Trojans and rootkits. But before we move to Trojans and rootkits, let us discuss all the type of targeted malicious code. Like Trojans and rootkits are also a type of targeted malicious code. Now, what exactly is this? So basically, it is a computer code which is written to attack a particular system, a particular application, and for a particular purpose. So it's very clear what it is supposed to do. Normally, other type of malwares are random in general. So they try to affect the system performance, but there is no specific or targeted approach. Whereas this type of codes, they are very target oriented. They have a clear purpose for a particular system, a particular application, and a particular time. Now, let us see the different types of targeted malicious code. So the first one is something which we have already discussed. It is trapdoor or backdoor malicious code. So as we had discussed it in the previous video, so this type of code will try to analyze the system components and then search for a loophole or a backdoor and then take advantage of that to gain the system access. Now, what are the major sources? Like, why does this happen? Why there are loopholes? So sometimes the loopholes are purposely kept in the system with good intentions. Like, for example, if the system fails or we need an emergency access, so for that we can keep loopholes and we can have an access through it. But an attacker will try to search for such loopholes and it can get access. Now, what are the major sources? So, first of all, poor error checking conditions. So, during the time of the development, if the error checking conditions are not met properly, it can create loopholes. Undefined opcodes in hardware processors, and during the testing of the system, drivers are created. Now, these drivers are basically temporary functions which are later replaced by actual functions. Sometimes some malicious code is intentionally injected in the system for testing purpose and it is left there. So it can be used as a loophole. So basically this is one of the targeted malicious code. The next is salami attack. So in this type of attack, basically a large number of small attacks are made. It basically works on the collect and round off trick. If we can give an example of, say, fraudulent practice of stealing money. So in this type of financial transactions, what happens is it is always rounded off and the fraction of amount, the small fraction of amount goes into another bank account. And now this transaction will easily go undetected as it is just a round off, a very small amount. But when it is brought together, it accounts for a huge amount, and this type of attacks can be easily automated. So such type of attacks are called salami attacks. Now the next type of attacks are Trojans. So we've already studied what Trojans are. They are basically a computer program which, along with some useful code or function, have malicious code which may hamper the performance of the system or the security mechanism. Now, using Trojans, some very useful information can be stolen by attackers. So again, Trojans are highly targeted malicious code because they know exactly what they are doing. The next type are the rootkits. So a rootkit is a malicious code which is installed by an intruder, and it installs it by avoiding detection. What is the purpose? The purpose is to gain control of the computer system. So basically it is nothing but a kind of Trojan malicious code only, but systems cannot detect it. If the system gets infected by a rootkit, it becomes very hard to trust the operating system after that. The only and the best solution would be to shut down the infected system and boot that system again. We can just erase it, like clean it, and then reuse it. Now there are different types of rootkits, so let us discuss the subtopics. The first is the user mode, then there is a kernel mode, and then there is a firmware mode. So now in the user mode, basically it can get administrative privileges, and because of that we know that what harm can be done. Now these are detectable rootkits, and so it can be removed easily. But the next two are more difficult to remove. Like the second mode is the kernel mode, and in kernel mode the rootkits get installed into the OS, and hence it can corrupt the functionality of the complete operating system. Now these are very hard to detect, and it can be only be detected after there is a crash or there is some event happening. The last type is the most dangerous, which is the firmware mode. So in this, the malware code is created inside a firmware, and it is very hard to remove. So basically these are the different type of targeted malicious code. So that's it for this lecture. In the next lecture we will be starting with the next topic, which is the buffer overflow. Thank you.